Hello everyone, I apologize for being late. Welcome to the Chalk Garden. I'm having some network issues tonight, so if something happens and this live tutorial stops, I will just continue on and I will record it and then I will post it afterwards. It's been a long time. I don't believe I've done any live tutorials since August, but I'm ready to. I've still been doing pieces and sharing my work as you've seen on the Chalk Garden. I share it in multiple places on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, with some other new places coming up. But tonight we're going to be working on a piece called You're the Sweetest. It is going to be done on a chalkboard. This chalkboard here. It's a little bit small for what I'm wanting to do, but I really need to use this board up. And for starters, the very first thing you want to do is see where your hardware is located on the back, so you don't do your piece upside down and have your hardware on the wrong end. And I speak from experience on that. I've done that many times, and all my hardware is the wrong way, and I have to move it all. So we're going to move quick since we're having network issues. This piece is called You're the Sweetest. These are silkscreen transfers. They are reusable, but we're going to have this at the top. This will be our cake stand along with our cake. And I may use the little glass cake cover as well. Those are all the pieces I am going to use, but this specific transfer does come with other pieces that can be used. I interchange my transfers all the time. I have a really big collection. Another thought that came to mind is you could do this cake and you could do the candles all on the stand, and then I have another one that says wish big that would be really cute, along the bottom. You can, like I said, you can mix and match a million different ways. But since we're, sorry, I have a son in here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be moving this down. I am working with chalk paste tonight. I have my chalk pastes down here. I'm going to be fixing the camera where you can see my hands, and I will explain as I go along. I'm kind of just running behind tonight. We have really cold weather moving in this weekend, so I rushed out after work and got the grocery shopping done because I do not like to get out in the cold. So here we go. I'm going to point this down to the board, and we're going to first place our transfers. Hello everyone. If you leave any comments, I will get back to you after, because when I'm looking down and I'm working on this, I won't be able to see you. Hi Shirley, hi Joyce. I will check comments when I am done and answer any questions and respond to anyone that might need responded to. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to point this down. Bear with me one moment while I get everything where you can see what I'm doing. All right. I'm running low on white chalk paste. I need to hop online and order some more. We're going to do this part last. I'm going to have to actually do this one in ink, which won't matter. We do have inks as well. I typically save my inks for fabric, but they work on the board too. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place the cake stand. These are nice and sticky. They are reusable. If you take really good care of them, you could get anywhere from 10 to 14 uses per transfer. Oh, I hear my kitty crying, of course, as soon as we get started. Now I'm just going to eyeball as far as centering this. I'm short on space, so I'm going to move this down as far as I can. Okay. Now, the trick with these are different than stencils. They're sticky, and there is a screening. They're silk screens. They're silk screen transfers. And you want to be careful that everything is fitting good and tight, and that you don't have wrinkles or air bubbles in any of the areas where you're going to be chalking. All right, there we go. Just rub my fingers over that, making sure that It just gets this sticky part down real well so my chalk paste doesn't seep underneath. Okay, then I'm going to take what we call, oh, 1 second here, what color? Okay, this is a squeegee. I have them in different sizes. I have little bitty squeegees all the way up to big 4-inch squeegees, depending on the size I'm working on. Our transfers come in numerous sizes. There are very small ones and there are very, very big ones. Okay, this is our Couture teal chalk paste. And you just swipe it on. You don't have to work super fast, but you don't want to work super slow either, because this is chalk, and chalk dries quickly. And if it dries in your screen, when you lift it, it will raise. So you want to be good and prepared and ready to go. And I'm just smoothing it across. And then I'm going to start picking up the excess and just putting it back in my jar. I don't want to waste it. You don't really use all that much. A jar goes a very long way. Now I'm going to go back through. You don't want any lines or bubbles or anything in here. This needs to be nice and smooth, or it will show in your design if it's not. And I don't want to see any lines in my design. This should be ready to lift. And you just lift either straight up or straight down. You just don't ever want to rip it off on the diagonal or you will stretch your transfer. But there you have it. See how easy that was? It's nice and simple. Everything is just water cleanup. I have a little dish over here full of water. It's actually one of my baking pans, and I'm just going to set this aside in the water and I'll clean it afterwards. I just don't want to allow that chalk paste to dry in there. Much easier to clean it if I don't let it dry on there. Now, when we move on to the cake, this is our cake. We're going to do an ombre effect. We're going to use 2 colors. And, let's see, I'm going to close this up. I don't want my chalk paste to dry out. I'll just do that. Okay, this is going to touch where this is wet, so I don't want that to happen. I need to dry this chalk real quick. If I wasn't live, I would probably just let it sit and dry, but I'm live, and for time's sake, I've brought my little heat gun in here. I'm going to dry this real quick when I find my power button. There we go. So we just want to get this good and dry. I really don't have to dry all of it, just up here where it's going to touch. This is going to be a Valentine piece. This is an older transfer that I've used before. The last time I used it, I did it on an apron, and it just turned out so cute. And this time I chose to do a chalkboard. That's pretty nice and dry. Now before I stick my transfer on there, I might want to give that just a second to cool. Just a bit, not long, but to do anything to cause my transfer to stick. All right, now if you can look closely, you can see your markings right along here. Those same markings are right here. So it makes it very easy to line this up. And I had already did what we call fuzzing on that transfer. You just don't want it to stick too tight to your board. Puts a lot of stress on your transfers. And you can just fuzz it on your shirt or a towel, whatever you would like. Just something to fuzz it up a little bit so it won't stick too tight. Now I'm going to go in. I can see through this transfer. I can see through the screening where to line this up. And let's see. I'm going to go right. We're going to go right about there. Same thing. We're going to get this nice and smooth. Make sure that it's all nicely adhered. No need to push it real hard down here. I'm not going to be chalking down there. I don't really want to push it down real hard on that other chalk. Okay. going to use chalk paste again, and I'm going to use some white, and I'm going to use what we call currant jam. All my pastes were stirred. They need stirred. Sometimes they even need a little additional water before you get started. I did all of that before jumping online. Now, obviously, I didn't prepare this one, did I? Because it is sealed. I thought I had used this one before. Let me open this up. I'll try not to make too big of a mess. I thought I had checked all of them, but I did not check this one. Okay. I have a spoon sitting here. I can give this a stir. Now it's going to be all over my fingers. I've got my water over here. My favorite thing to use for cleanup when I'm working, I'm out of them though, I need to get more, are just disinfectant wipes. Not baby wipes. Never ever use baby wipes or any other kind of wipe, because some can have oils in them, and that will ruin your transfers. But disinfectant wipes are great for wiping down transfers, wiping down your tools, your hands, whatever you need to clean. Okay. That should be good enough. Now I am going to go ahead, since this is brand new, it needs stirred. And being brand new, this one doesn't need any water. It's ready to go. They dry out. Sometimes if they sit, you know, chalk dries easily and weather can affect it. But if they dry out a little, you just add a couple of drops of water. Stir them up. Okay, let's hurry and move on to our cake. Just put that in the water too. Okay, we're going to do an ombre effect. And I'm going to do the currant jam here towards the bottom, and then we'll do some white, and then we'll blend in the middle. I hope I did. Like I said, I'm like running out of white, so this is just like almost gone. So I watered it down and got it a little too thin, but we're going to make it work. Wonderful things too about chalk. If you get it somewhere you don't want it to be, no big deal. It's chalk. You can wipe it off with a damp rag. And we'll go over here in a little bit how you can make this stuff, make things permanent. But we're going to go over the bottom of our cake with currant jam. Probably about, maybe about halfway. I might need to go just a tad higher. Decide where I want the blending line to be. Ombre is very easy. It's a nice little extra touch, and it's very easy to do. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to clean my squeegee off a bit so I can switch over to some white. Boy, that has lots of pigment in it. I'll just grab this little squeegee, it'll be fine. Now, I'm going to go over this with my white. Like I said, I got this a little thin, but it should be okay. Now then, I'm going to leave just a little space in the middle for blending, because we're wanting an ombre effect. I'm going to take a little of the excess away here at the top. We can leave some down here for blending, and when I go to blend, I like for my finger to be just a little bit damp. And here we go. We're just going to start rubbing this in. Like I said, working fairly quickly. Chalk dries quickly. You got to keep moving along. I'm going to go up just a little bit higher, maybe. All right. I check for any lines. I think it's all smooth. I'll make sure everything's really smooth and no lines before I lift this. Okay. Okay, we'll get ready to have cake. We're just going to lift this away, and I'm just going to gently pull down. And there's our beautiful ombre cake. When we're finished, maybe you're here in a bit, I'll hold it up, we can see it better. Hold on one second. I'm gonna just drop that over there in some water. Yeah, that ombre is pretty. Try to get where you can see the ombre effect. Turned out really pretty. And like I've said, if you get any chalk anywhere you don't want it, you can just simply wipe it away. I seal some of my projects and others I don't seal. Depends on if I want them permanent. Sometimes I might want to wash a board off and just completely redo it. But I just seal them with an acrylic spray. You can buy Mod Podge acrylic spray, and it comes in a matte and it comes in a gloss. And that's just entirely up to you which you would prefer. Going to dry over this just a little. I don't want to accidentally touch it while I'm working. Let me just give this a little bit of air. I love this little dryer, it's great. Gotta be careful though, it does get really hot. You know, and you're not limited. There are unlimited options. Like I could put birthday candles all over this. I saw a really pretty one that had a big old heart on top. Or you can put a bow. I'm actually going to put a bow on this later, an actual real bow. You just let your imagination go. You can do all kinds of things. And the more you work with this stuff, the more creative and the more ideas you get. Okay, this is actually a chalk ink. Or not chalk ink. An actual ink rather than chalk paste because I'm running low. Let's see. I don't know. I might want to go ahead and put the cover on. Let's get this real good and dry, and we're going to go ahead and put the lid to the cake stand on. But you'll be amazed at how quickly you can make an absolutely beautiful piece. And you can make numerous pieces because they're all reusable. Okay. Cool for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put our pretty lid on. This is actually supposed to be a lid that goes over one of the cupcakes. This is how Couture intended it to be. I guess you'd set the cupcake down somewhere and paint it, and then you'd set this over. I'm gonna put it just like many other designers have done. I'm gonna put this on over my cake. Okay, now I have not used this piece before, so I'm gonna want to be careful and fuzz it, or it's gonna stick really tight. Fuzz it on my shirt. Ah! And I did something I need to tell you about. Luckily, it came apart very easily. You do not want to let your transfers fold over on themselves. They're typically not that easy at all to get apart if that happens. Now, your transfer is not ruined if it happens, but you're going to have to take some time out to go sit and soak it in a little bit of warm water and gently pull it all apart. And I would just rather not go through that. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to line this up. To see how much room. That's where this can get a little tricky. I gotta make sure that my words are gonna fit up there. Okay. The only areas I really need to push down are right here where I'm going to be chalking. And we're going to need to clean up, I need to clean the squeegee real quick. I need to order extras so I don't have to clean between color changes and stuff. I'll dry this off. go ahead and put our lid on our cake real quick, and then we'll do the words at the top, and believe it or not, we'll already be finished. You know, when you first start out, you're really slow. I was anyway. But you get faster. Alright, I've spread it over the silkscreen areas and we'll smooth it. I'm hoping my friend Tina hops on. I can't see any of my, I had to move my words, I can't see. I have a new friend in Canada who's going to be watching these tutorials. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull this down and we will now have the lid for our cake stand. And that is so cute. We're going to put that in water. I can lift that up where you can see. There we have it. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do the wording. I need to be really careful not to touch that. It is wet. Alright. Now I did actually have to use ink right there, so I'm going to have to be super duper careful. This board is almost just a little too small. I'm going to try to dry that some since it is ink. I ran out of white paste, so I had to substitute my ink. But the transfer that goes at the top is going to touch this, and it is wet. I don't want that. I'll dry this right here. We'll see how that does. I really don't want to mess that up. I'll cool it down just a tad. The heat gun gets it really hot. And you can make your pieces say anything you want. We have fonts. I have several different styles of fonts where I could make this say anything I want it to say, but I did want to just go with the You're the Sweetest. I thought that was really cute. For Valentine's, this will end up being a Valentine gift for someone after it graces my living room for a few days with some of my other Valentine pieces. Okay, let's see. It's still pretty hot. Okay, we're going to try this and we're going to hope for the best and hope I don't lift that up. If I do, that's one thing with this stuff. If you mess up, you can wipe things away and you can start again. And believe me, I've had to do that before. So it messes up, it's okay. You can just start over. Sometimes I measure, sometimes I just kind of eyeball things. I've gotten better with time at eyeballing things. But I do usually keep a little tape measure or ruler handy. Okay, this is our wording. You are the sweetest. I'm definitely not going to press it down on that. Okay. This all barely fit on this board. This would have been really cute on a bigger board, but I've had this board laying around for the longest. And you don't have to chalk. Now let's talk about that. You do not have to chalk on chalkboards. We do this on all sorts of things. Fabric, chalkboards, wood, metal, glass, you name it. Now we don't use actual chalk, you know, we use our our Couture ink on our fabrics. That way we just heat set them with an iron for 4 minutes and then they're permanent. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and start in with this lettering. It's going to kind of go over part of my lid. I didn't really want that, but that's going to have to do. That is my mistake for not using a larger. There we go. He takes heart medication, so we don't ever turn the alarm off. This could have been done, you know, you can even ombre your letters. You can do all sorts of really interesting things with your letters. But I just really wanted these to just be bright white and to stand out. I'm going to get them all covered, and then I can go back through and remove the excess before lifting the transfer. I'm starting to have a lot of requests for classes. So hopefully soon some fun like make and take classes. Get something like that going. A lot of people are wanting to learn how to do this. I have a lot of people that want to do this to sell the products. I have a lot of people, they just want a hobby. They just want to craft and make things. I do a little bit of all of it. I do sponsor. You don't have to join anything though to use our products. You don't have to use a thing. They can all be ordered online through me. Or you can join and team build, or like I'm going to start selling some of my work in a little shop here locally as soon as I get my act together and decide exactly what I want to put in the shop. Okay, I'm just getting this nice and smooth. Don't want any lines in it. Still see some. Okay. And this stuff all cleans up so easy, especially if while you're working you just throw it over here in your water. It'll pull straight down. Carefully when I get down here to this part of my cake. There we have it. That is so cute. Okay, I'm going to point this up just a tad. I want to show you the finished piece. Yeah, and in no time, we have this. Isn't it adorable? You're the sweetest. If I want to make this permanent once everything's all dry, I will just take I prefer the Mod Podge spray. There's also a Krylon, but I love Mod Podge spray. And on chalkboards, I usually use a matte, and on my other pieces, I usually use a gloss. But as you've seen tonight, the results are amazing, and it's beautiful, and everything's unique. You can mix and match all your transfers. You have a gazillion different color choices. There's inks, there's pastes. I could put this on a pillow. I put it on an apron. You know, you can put it on anything you want to put it on. And the results are just stunning. But if you have any questions, please put those in comments. And after I stop the camera from rolling, I will go back in and I will answer. Whoa! After I drop all my friends in the floor. Let's see if I can get this turned back around. There we go. Well, thank you for watching, and I do want to show you, many of you probably already saw this piece. This is a piece I did earlier in the week. That's my other Valentine piece. And then this piece that we did tonight is going to be another Valentine piece. But I will see you soon. I'm going to start doing these tutorials regularly, and I just want to show you all the excellent results you get with these products and with these transfers that are completely reusable. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a great week. Bye.